Hello there, people of the world, and welcome to another Channel Dude News podcast. I am your host, the Warlock 1ST. You know me by my YouTube channel. Subscribe, hashtag like, comment, subscribe if you're not already. And I would like, in this episode, I'm going to do, wow, sorry for that pause there. But in this episode, I'm going to be doing some reviews for the movie Rogue One. Before I do that, I would like to apologize for not posting on day 6 yesterday. I had a video uploading, but something went wrong and the video didn't post. I will be uploading that video later tonight, though. But yeah, as I mentioned in this podcast will be counted as day 7 of my series. If you're not familiar with it, check out my YouTube channel. I'm doing a 12 Days of Christmas series. Well, for the next... I'm trying to think, how many days are left? 8, 9, 10... 11, 12, 4 more days. Wow. So, in 4 more days it's Christmas, and during the past 12 days I've been making videos leading up to Christmas, hence the title 12 Days of Christmas. And also I got it from the song 12 Days of Christmas and the two brothers who are doing somewhat the same thing. But yeah, anywho, I'm gonna be reviewing the movie Rogue One, like I just said, and it's now in theaters, so there will be spoiler alerts. So if you haven't seen Rogue One, stop watching. Stop watching if you haven't, and go watch it before I spoil it for you. Let me give you a few moments. Alright, so yeah, that was your warning to leave now. Because as of now, I'm starting the review for Rogue One now. So, basically, I got to see Rogue One yesterday, or should say last night. And let me start with what I should say, the intro. I kind of like what they did. It was actually new from what they've been doing with the other Star Wars movie. This one didn't start off with the usual word in space. No, it started off with just, what was it, if I remember correctly? It's just like a shot from space. And then it just goes to a planet that our main character's from. But yeah, the intro, they made something different. Other than that, yeah, I love the way they started it. My next thing I want to talk about are the cameos and the main roles. For this one, I want to talk about the cameo that they had for General, or should I say, Grand Admiral Tarkin. Now as you know, the actor who played Tarkin in the original New Hope, he died many years ago. And what I've learned from an article recently was they CGI'd him in there. And I found that pretty interesting. Like, they did a great job. Like, I was watching the movie and I'm like, oh my gosh, it looks like Tarkin's still alive. Doesn't look like CGI. I don't know how they did it, but my props to them. The other, my one little small cameo I liked, and you didn't notice, what is it? Oh yeah, the R2-D2 and C-3PO cameo. If you don't pay attention, it's in the Yavin 4 base when all the ships are taken off, and you can see the cameo of C-3PO and R2-D2. As C-3PO mentions about the ship, driving away. But yeah, what was next? There was that cameo, and then there was the cameos of Mon Moth, the Rebel Alliance leader. Bail Organa made an appearance, the same Bail that was in the prequels. And they actually got someone to do a young Leia, and it wasn't Carrie Fisher, I looked through the credits, and they got someone else to do it, and I was surprised. She actually looked like a young Leia. The other most important role of all was Darth Vader. Now, they didn't get the original physical actor who played him in the original, but they did get the original voice of James Earl Jones. And Vader, I was actually impressed. I was happy. With his little one-liner that he made to the Grand Admiral. What was it? I lost train of thought there. Wow. But yeah, when that now I remember. Wow, sorry about that guy. Duh. Um, with the one liner he made to that Grand Admiral. I don't think he's a Grand Admiral. I think he's just an Admiral. Where he's like force choking him, and he's like, "Don't choke on your admirations, director." I was like, "Oh snaps!" Just one line in him. But yeah, everything about Vader in there, they did right. James never doubt the power of James Earl Jones. Uh, some little Easter eggs or references, if you didn't catch on to it, was towards the end when Mon Moth is talking with Bail Organa, and Bail mentions he has an old friend from the Clone Wars that went into hiding. That's a small nudge to Obi-Wan Kenobi, or Old Ben, as you know. And the person, as he's leaving out the door, he's like, I would trust her with my life. He talks about his daughter Leia, which that is kind of something effed up there. Something that's effed up, speaking of Leia, but I'll explain that when I talk about the end. So, another reference Easter egg is towards the end when you see the Tantive 4 makes the getaway. You notice Captain Artillery. I can't remember his name, but the one captain of the ship Tantive 4 that Vader physically choked in A New Hope. And last but not least, the Tantive 4 that escaped from the ship right as Vader was about to get in. That was a close one, let me tell you that. But yeah, speaking of Vader, I'm liking that fortress castle he has going on. It's pretty nice. I can't remember what the planet that it's on called, but I'm liking that fortress, and it's kind of funny how in the trailer there were so many theories about in the tube. People were like, oh, that's Darth Plagueis. Someone bowing down, that's the Emperor, that's Vader. But when you actually see the movie, you'll see the person in the tube is in fact Darth Vader, but the person who's bowing down is not who you think it is. Not the Emperor or Vader. It's just an advisor. He's just an advisor who works for Vader in the fortress. And Vader's in the back of the tank because, I don't know, he needs healing, I guess. But I can understand why people thought the hooded guy was the Emperor because of the royal guards, but they were probably there, because they were guarding Vader. The other thing I like about the castle is the one design that the director and Vader are in, that one room. If you look at the floor and just the setting, I got a feeling like that floor was like a carbon freezing chamber kind of look. I kind of like the overview. It's got like the whole overview of the planet. Which then again, there's nothing much to look at. If I'm correct, I'm pretty sure his fortress is on a lava. It's on a lava planet. So he's gonna look out and be like, "Oh yay! I can look out at lava," which reminds me of my downfall. Great, I love this fortress. But yeah, back on the topic of Vader. I'm to talk about the ending thing now, which is basically Vader's kick scene where towards the end you just see the rebels just standing by the door. One guy's got the plans. All of a sudden, you hear the door open. You don't know what's there because the room's so dark. All of a sudden, you see the red lightsaber come on. And at that moment, you knew all those rebels were like, well, I'm screwed. And just Vader was just mowing them down. Blocking all the shots. Force choked the guy. Put the guy up on the ceiling. And he held out his hand, deflected those. Vader really, really kicked the butts. One guy's flipping out like, no, just take it. Oh, God. It's like, no. The one last guy knew he was going to die, so he said, here, just take the plans. Just take it and go. Vader was so close to getting those plans, though. That one guy tripped, fell. If he tripped and fell at the wrong time, that movie would have ended totally differently. But speaking of the guy that, landed in the Tantive 4, the person that has the plans took it when taken to the bridge of the lead of the captain of the ship, who went to the bridge of the ship, and who does he give the plans to? Leia Organa, which is not played by Carrie Fisher, but a young actress, so we can get the look of a young Leia, which I actually like. I believe that person did a good job. The other thing I found interesting was none of Rogue One, none of the team survived. Which I'm not totally surprised, because, I mean, they're rebels. That's what they do. It's like every time they get in there, they do something amazing, someone dies for it. And Jen Erso, and I can't remember the guy's name. Could have got off of could have get on a ship and took off, but no. They died for the greater good. They just went to the beach and just sat there and they accepted their fate. I like how the one blind guy and his companion went out. One guy just walks out there and just takes the switch, knows he's gonna die. And he's like, the Force is with me. What was it? I'm with the Force and the Force is with me. It just proves, like, wow, Stormtroopers, your aim kind of sucks. You can't even hit a blind man just walking the straight line. No, the saddest death of all was when TK the robot died. And when I'm saying blind guy, but when the blind guy and his companion died, the one that's really sad is the pilot. Like, the pilot could have made it out. Like, sure, the trooper threw the grenade, but you think he would have threw it back. He had time. Throw it back at those people. Be like, here. It's like, oh, here, you dropped something. Whoosh. But no, you gotta let the people of Rogue One die. You have to let them die. You can't let them win. But yeah, that's overall. I recommend this movie. Rogue One really ties in with A New Hope. It really showed you, oh wow, so that's what happened to the Tantive 4, and that's why the Tantive 4 is on the run. The one thing that really bugged me though was the Tantive 4 always on that flagship? Because what if that flagship got destroyed? Then the ship in the flagship would have got destroyed, and Leia would have got destroyed. That's really not a smart move, Bale. Not a smart move. But no, still. I was really impressed with Rogue One. I recommend it. I give it... I'll give it 5 stars. 5 out of 5. 5 stars. It deserves it. And let's add this movie to a long Star Wars marathon. If you think Star Wars marathon are long, now it just got longer. You got the prequels, the original trilogy, which makes 6, Rogue One, that makes 7, Episode 7, which makes 8 movies. Then you got the new episode coming out, and then the other episode after that, which makes 10. That Han Solo movie. That's like 11 movies. It's gonna be one long marathon. Well, anywho, guys, I hope you enjoyed this live stream I made. If you didn't see it live, you can catch it on my YouTube channel, the Warlock 1ST. Yeah, 1ST. Or you can catch it on my other channel, the Team Do channel. Team Space Do, capital T and a D. For both channels, like, comment, share this video, and subscribe if you're new. Subscribe to me on my podcast. Subscribe to me on YouTube and whatnot. Share with your friends. And I will be seeing you guys next time. Bye.